Today on Real Life in Real Estate, what is a rhizome? Hey there, and welcome to Real Life in Real Estate. I'm Mark Peebles, here to help you live your best life and achieve ultimate success. And I'm very excited about today's topic. It's a topic that I've been sharing with a lot of people recently because it's kind of had an impact on my own mindset. And so I hope today's episode has an impact on your mindset as well. I'll tell you something else that would make an impact is if you were recommending to your clients Advantage Home Warranties. Advantage Home Warranty, it's an Ohio company, okay? So they service Ohio, and it's the best home warranty in the business. They own their own plumbing and HVAC company, and so they control that level of service. And those are the biggest complaints that people have, especially with plumbing and HVAC, is they're not getting great service. Now, I'll tell you, I've loved the service. I actually had them out this week because my furnace stopped getting fully up to temperature. So they came out, they made an O-ring repair, whatever that is. The other thing that happened this week, our washer went kaput. But that's okay because they reimbursed almost the entire value of a replacement. So I wouldn't be able to do that without my Advantage Home Warranty. So I highly recommend that you have one too. Learn more at AdvantageHW.com. That's AdvantageHW for an Advantage Home Warranty. Okay, so today we're talking about growth. And what do you think of when you think of growth? Get that word in your head. It is rhizomes, right? I'm guessing that I'm kind of on an island by myself when I think of rhizomes when it comes to growth. Now, I know most of you out there, you're probably thinking, what even is a rhizome? And I get that. So today I want to talk to you about rhizomes. And here's the thing. Do you know how bamboo grows? Yes, rhizomes are part of the growth process of bamboo, and they are a critical part of the growth process of bamboo. But let me explain it this way in terms of how normal biology plants would grow. So if, let's just say you're growing a fern, you take that seed for that fern, you plant it in the ground, you water it, the plant comes up through the ground within a week or two, and before you know it, you have a healthy fern plant. So same process with a bamboo plant or with bamboo. You would put that seed in the ground, you water it, and nothing happens. And then you get to, a full year through it, and nothing has happened. In fact, for the first 3 to up to 5 years, nothing comes through the ground. So, one day, bamboo starts to grow, and all of a sudden, it shoots up to the point where it grows 1 to 3 feet, maybe several feet in a single day. But it wouldn't happen without the rhizomes. And so, what is happening is this underground growth. When you plant that seed, you have this underground growth that begins to happen. And it forms this network of stems that grow out underneath the ground. And these are called rhizomes. So as they spread out, as they're forming this network, they're forming this amazing foundation that is going to be the energy that forces the bamboo out of the ground and forces it to grow so quickly. And so after all of this time, you have a lot of unseen growth. And it feels like there's no results from planting that seed. It feels like there's no results from the work that you're doing to nurture that seed. And then you have this spring awakening. The right spring hits after the rhizomes are developed, the weather warms up, and all of a sudden you see shoots coming through the ground. And like I told you, these shoots of bamboo, they can grow several feet in just one day. Now, bamboo, when it comes out of the ground, it comes out at its full diameter. So it comes out basically the full diameter across that it's going to be straight out of the ground. It doesn't start as this tiny little seedling that comes out of the ground and then shoot up. No, it comes out at its full diameter. The rapid growth that happens and the ability to grow several feet in one day. That doesn't happen like normal biology happens. When we as humans grow or when other plants grow, that growth happens because cells grow and then divide, grow and then divide. So, one cell turns to two cells turns to four, and so on and so forth. And that's how you see growth. Well, in the process of bamboo growing, it's actually not that the cells divide, but they elongate. So you see this elongation of cells as these bamboo shoots are growing out of the ground. They say it's like a telescopic growth. So bamboo shoots, they grow similar to how a telescope would expand, with each section unfolding and extending upwards. So the key to this, though, is that its ability to grow like this is fueled by the energy that is found in the rhizomes. Now, over time, you'll see these rhizomes continue to spread under the ground, and each year it sends up brand new shoots, and their diameter gets wider every year, and their height goes higher every year. And so it's all based, though, on this network that you see underground. One of the interesting things, again, talking about how bamboo grows and how biology grows in general, bamboo does not grow from the top. So when we see an oak tree, giant, mighty, beautiful oak tree, that oak tree grows from the top. All of the new growth happens from the top, whereas with bamboo, it comes from those rhizomes, forcing it up. Again, it's that energy that fuels it upwards. So why am I talking about rhizomes? Why am I talking about bamboo today? Well, we're coming through a season. Business is down. They said last year that 71% of all agents did 0 transactions. Now, you might be in that group that did 0 transactions or only did a couple of transactions last year, and you feel like you are working so hard and you're spinning your wheels and you're not seeing anything happen. Well, let me tell you, you are building rhizomes. If you are doing the work, you are building rhizomes. You are building these stems out that, it's a lot of hard work, that it's unseen results, but the results are there. You just haven't seen the growth shoot out of the ground yet. So you have to continue putting in the work. You actually do have to work to build this underground network. And that's very much how it is in this business, is that, like these rhizomes, you might work for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, not see a lot of results, but you are building your rhizomes. When you lay this right foundation, things will grow fast. I remember the first year that I ever put up a thermometer on my desk. And I remember putting that thermometer up. My goal was to get to 25 transactions. The next year, I did hit it. I hit my 25 transactions that year. The next year, my goal was to get to 40 transactions. And I remember the last week of the year, I was highlighting off that 40th transaction. The year after that, I wanted to get to 48. Believe it or not, the last week of the year, I was highlighting my 48th transaction. Well, I had a goal to get to 100. Would you know that I pretty much jumped from 48 transactions to 100 transactions because I had built this incredible network. I was talking to people. People knew that I was having success. And all of a sudden one day, that success became the foundation, the energy that shot my business to new levels. I believe the same is going to happen to you. You're putting in the work. You're building that network. Each year, you're getting a little bit better. And then all of a sudden one day, you will have great success from those rhizomes. Now, another thing, I mentioned the elongating of cells, okay? I want to talk to you about how can you elongate your sales this year, okay? Begin to think that as you have a sale, right, as you help someone into their dream home, I don't just like to think in terms of the number of sales. So follow me on this, because my heart is really that we serve families. We serve people who want to achieve their dreams through home ownership, right? And so how, though, when you make that sale or you help that family, how can you elongate that sale into more sales. Here's one thing. If you have a past client or a whole list of past clients, what if to elongate those sales, instead of trying to, talk them into selling their house again, why not help them build an investment portfolio? You can take that one sale that you had, and I believe every American, because we live in the greatest country on the planet Earth where it's easy to buy real estate, I believe every American should have at least some investment real estate, if not one investment property in their portfolio. That's one way you can elongate your sales. What about the fact that that client that you served with all of your heart and you took great care of them, they have parents, they have friends, they have people that they go to church with, they have coworkers, they have neighbors now that they have relationships with, that to elongate your sale with them, you would ask them to trust you enough to refer you out to their friends, family, their friends from church, their coworkers, and so on and so forth. So think in terms this year of elongating sales. Just like with bamboo, it grows fast because it elongates the cells. I believe the rhizomes are going to shoot your business forward this year. So that network that you have, it's not going to be you growing from the top and you spinning your wheels and working harder to get more business. I believe what's going to happen for you this year is that your network is going to shoot your growth forward. And so what do? You don't focus on the Realtor.coms, the Zillows. I mean, that's a great place to meet people, to get some initial sales going, to get some initial relationships built. But at the end of the day, you building your network, you getting to know more people, building relationships with people, that is what is going to be the energy, the fuel that's going to power your business, that's going to shoot your business out of the ground. And so I believe that you need to focus on that network. Let's talk about bamboo groves. I have so many points here with bamboo. I honestly find it absolutely fascinating how it grows. Can you tell? I'm very passionate about this, and I want this to inspire you because I know how hard this business is, and I know you've been spinning your wheels, and I know that you're feeling like nothing's happening. That's why I'm talking to you today. Bamboo groves, they take years to develop. There is one in Japan called I'm going to botch the name. So if you're Japanese, please forgive me, but Arishiyama Bamboo Grove. I'm just going to give it that, okay? I don't know why I'm struggling with that one today, but this is one of the most famous bamboo groves in the world. And if you go and come anywhere close to that spelling, go online and Google bamboo grove, famous bamboo grove in Japan. This is the one that will come up. It's absolutely beautiful. The way that the sun comes through this bamboo, it is absolutely visually stunning. But this besides being visually stunning, this bamboo grove has a legacy. Okay, and so what you're doing today, the work that you're doing today, it's not just building, for your own life. It is building legacy into future generations of your family. In fact, this famous Japanese bamboo grove, it has historical significance dating all the way back into the 700s. They say that there was nobility, Japanese nobility used to go there for the feeling that it would give you, for the peace that it would give you, for the tranquility of that environment. And I believe that you are bringing a new environment to your clients. You're bringing a new environment to your business. But everything that you're doing, it's not just to make your next mortgage payment. Yes, that is important. I certainly understand that. But you are building into your lifelong legacy. It's building into the things, sowing into the things that are going to build your legacy, like the most important things, your spouse, your children, your grandchildren. For some of you, you are sowing into those things because you are not just building rhizomes for your business today. You are building a bamboo grove that requires an extensive underground network that is going to be fuel, not just for your business, but for your life. You know, there's three things in Japanese culture that bamboo represents. It represents strength, it represents flexibility, and it represents prosperity. Now, as we think about bamboo, all right, there's a strength that comes with that. So for you, you've built this underground network. You've been working. And you know what? In that underground network, there is great strength. And when it shoots out of the ground, that strength becomes evident to all. But you know what? Anytime you're in business, and really, if you're a human being living a life of any kind at all, let me tell you this, it requires flexibility. So yes, you are growing strong, but you've got to be flexible. And I promise you this, if you keep putting in the work, building the rhizomes, building the network, you are going to be strong. You learn to be flexible, and you will prosper. And so that's my word for you today, that you are going to be like bamboo. You're going to be strong. You're going to have strength. You'll learn to be flexible, but you're going to have great prosperity. So I want to just challenge you today. I want you to process on this, that you are building rhizomes. And if you go and you water and you don't see anything come out of the ground, just know that you are building something great for the future. Just hang on, keep tending to it, and all of a sudden one day, it's going to happen fast, and you are going to grow like mad. Thanks for joining me on Real Life and Real Estate today. Remember, you can get us as a podcast on Real Life and Real Estate. Find us on our YouTube channel at Real Life and Real Estate. Also, another thing, I've been teaching a lot of classes. This is actually rolling into a next level framework for agents that I am working on to roll out as a program to help you grow. But I've been doing a lot of keynote speaking lately, a lot of continuing education speaking lately. And so I would invite you, if you need a speaker for your next event, for your company, for your church, for your organization, or for your real estate group, by all means, I would love to have more conversation with you about that. But that said, go out there, be strong, but be flexible, and prosper greatly. And I'll see you again next week.